That's all you gotta do. Just open it. No combination. It's not locked. Oh, missed this up until now. Well, I was hoping it was going to have a clue. Okay, and there's no activation thing here either. Let's see. Oh, and you won't let me. These things won't even move. Oh, wait, there's the handle right there. See? See? And there's one right here. So this is what lets these things turn. No way. And what, this other handle opens the other door behind me? No, that sets off the trap. But did that door open up there? The trap, not so nice. Well, we were expecting that, right? But you gotta. How do you not turn that? You gotta. Okay, so let's go ahead and say hello to Boris the Spider. And I like to use flame on those guys. Oh, okay. Let's not use flame on these guys. What are we using? Going star. Oh my gosh. Hit him! Hit him! Well, yeah, but then you bump in, then, and that's what I was talking about a little bit earlier. There's such a wide range in difficulty of my enemies. Some of them go down like this, like crazy, and then some of them are wicked difficult. So let's up the difficulty. See how that works. Well, hey, you then you would take it easy. Well, you gotta die the right amount of times, or you're not playing it difficult enough. I mean, yeah, it's a thing, just play it on easy. Hit everything once. You could do that. That's not my thing. Let's see. Um, you've seen him in here. You've probably seen him in here. You and two other guys have been recent. What's the word? Recent. You've been here frequently recently. Out of some other groups that have been here frequently, not so recently. Geezer Hermit. He's playing on Master, and he's thinking about upping it to Legendary. But he's got the game down to a science where he does so much crafting with conjuration and alchemy that he's doing like 400 to 600 damage because he's made really strong stuff. I have no idea what his armor class is, but when you're doing that much damage, you could be like a glass cannon, right? If you get hit, you're dead. You just can't get hit. And I do that with Fallout 4. Yep. Did I go the right way? Maybe not. Maybe not. No, it wasn't the right way. Let's go. That might have been far. A little more? That was too far. No, it wasn't. Well, and it's too difficult for me. And none of us need to be competing, you know. It's just we all play at our own level. That's it. The Sword of Clan Iceblade. Oh. I can't equip it, but I can take it. What? Ancestral Sword. Oh, so this is a note. Read the note. To my descendants, the ancestral sword of Clan Iceblade has an enchantment that dulls the blade for anyone save those descended from our bloodline. It serves as definite proof of one's ancestry above all other claims. Stick-rolled Iceblade. Nice. And the blade, 0 damage. Okay, we won't be equipping that yet. It's worth a lot. Well, 1,000, yeah. But you know, for me, that's not a lot anymore. I'm finding armor and weapons between 2 and 3 grand. It's dropping ebony. I'm about level 39 or 40. But hey, 1,000, I'll take that all day long. No, you have a lot of gold. Yes, I do. But again, in comparison, Geezer Hermit has 635,000, but he's level 60. So it's not a linear progression. It's geometric. You know, between 30 and 60, I can amass more and more wealth even faster and faster. Once my smithing abilities get a little higher, my conjuration gets a little stronger, you get a little more abilities for getting more money for what you sell. Ebony War Axe of Winnowing. There's 1,500. Well, I really was a miser all early game. I wouldn't spend money on anything because I knew I'd find it. I don't buy weapons, I don't buy armor, I don't buy potions. 99% of the time. Won't spend money. Because I'm saving it for all the properties. That's my thing. I love the Sandlot. I really don't like going around killing things. It makes me feel better when they're evil people attacking me first. You know, it aligns more with my moral compass. Hear footprints. Or footsteps. They cost a lot, but it's so nice. Hello. Come on over. Oh, that was scary. He's winning. He's winning.
Boost!
Oh, come on. I held that button longer than that. And you only gave me a boost? No road dough? Not butter anymore. No. I almost got it. Yeah, see, they always do that. They always throw somebody else in front of you. Somebody fresh. The AI constantly, and you know, I would do it too. You know, the lead guy's getting beat up, so he backs off a step. The next guy steps in front of him. He's fresh. An almost dead guy can kill you just as easily as an unwounded guy. It's my tactic to fight one until he's dead and try to circle around him so he's always between me and the second guy, so the second guy can't reach me. Well, this is the mechanics of this is just crushingly boring and tedious. Too many button pushes to change from a weapon to a spell, or from one spell to another. It could be an artifact of using a controller, not a keyboard. Oh, yeah, let's have a little fun. I like this guy. This is a... What controller do you use? I use a Xbox controller. I'm playing on PC. It's wireless. There's a receiver plugged into a USB port in the back of the machine, because that particular USB port has more priority or speed. Sometimes some PCs will give you a couple really easy to reach USB ports up on front, in the top or the front, but you got to be careful what you plug into those. I've noticed that, I knew it was a thing. I've seen it happen before. The Xbox controllers are really... I used to have the Xbox Elite, $150 unit. I spilt a soda in it. It's in the dump. It's gone. I did the same thing to my my keyboard. Knocked the soda over on the desk, and that was like a $125 keyboard. The USB with the blue is with the priority. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. And I never realized. Right, some of them are white. And now you make me think I remember that some of them are blue. On my PC, it has 2 blue slots in the back. The rest is black. Oh. I don't know that answer. The easiest way I answer a question like that is to try it. So, the setup I have, you have to initiate communication between the controller and the computer. I forget what they call that. I'll just call it initializing for lack of the correct term. You hit this button on the controller, You hit a button on the receiver, they start flashing, sending signals out in the air, like doing a handshake on the old-fashioned fax machines. Pair, pairing. Okay, that's a good word, pairing. There's another word also. I've heard people use it. I don't know what's the correct word. Pairing makes the best sense. But it's like the old-fashioned handshake on a fax machine. They finally find each other, they speak the same language, and they pair together. I was always losing my pairing when I let my controller turn off at night. I'd often have to disconnect the receiver out of the USB port while get back in again. It never happened during game, but it would happen maybe if the battery went dead during a game, it could happen. But it would happen in between plays. And it's not a big deal, but it's a sign, because once I put the USB in the back, use the USB in the back, it's never happened again, not once. And I thought I was experiencing lag in my controller. I didn't know if it was programmed into the game. There's a window where your action button will work, but then the game takes that away from you just before your enemy starts to swing. So even though you're spamming that button, it's been deactivated. That's a thing. So I wasn't sure. Am I just not hitting it soon enough? You know, how many times did people say, "Oh, I hit that button, it didn't work"? Well, you know, it was told not to work. This is where we need to go. We still need to kill these guys. Who killed you? What? What happened here? I am an expert. But that was happening to me when I was on Adept. I've been playing on Adept the whole game, 90% of the game, other than the first maybe 5 levels or thereabouts. Yeah, let's take care of that weight. Wow, I didn't realize I killed that many of these guys and picked up all that stuff. These things are heavy. Wow. A lot more than I thought. Probably not a lot here. These guys don't get much for armor off of these guys. 277, we'll call that good. Oh? Hello? I don't remember coming in here and killing these guys. I ran away and I healed. I changed the spells. I wandered around and I was bullshit and I never came back. I come in and these guys are dead. My focus is divided in 3, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it was me. Oop. So did I not go far enough, or did I go too far? I went too far. Oh. Give me something nice I can see to line this up with. Let's try that. That's not enough. So, oh, now I see what to line it up with. I use that curly Q on that top of the chest. See, now I can repeat that. A little bit more. A little bit more. A tiny little bit more. Wow. Ebony. I had to install a mod that gave more money to the merchants. Okay, that's in Skyrim, yes. Oh, it's nice to pick locks. Skyrim? The lockpicks break easy. I'm a big Fallout 4 player. Those two games are my main games. There's the key. And there's that sign. I wonder if that's like a tribal, heraldry. That's the same sign I saw in Solitude, and I think I also saw it on Bellathor's store. There's one up on Dragonreach's front door, but it's different. I haven't figured out the significance of these marks yet. So I've got like 1,300 hours in Skyrim, original, special, and now anniversary. So I played the crap out of the game, and I needed a break. So I went back to Fallout. Played Fallout. It was streaming Fallout for a long time. I do play a lot. I do play a lot. Mostly in the winter. I like to go on vacation all winter. I try to only work 3 or 4 hours a day, 3 or 4 days a week. But sometimes I'll work 8 or 12 hours, and I'll try to take a few days off. Like I said, there's always something broken that needs to be fixed. But we live on a relatively large farm. I work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Yeah. Well, you're not retired yet. Your day will come. Your day will come. But we decided to start putting the farm to work to make money, just extra retirement money. So that's fair weather work. You know, you can't work on frozen fields. You can't dig in the ground. You know, it's just a real something you could do, but it's just a pain in the ass. I don't need to do that to myself. You know, if I'm not careful, I'll just, you know, waste the rest of my life working. And for what? More money? We're not starving. We're okay. We don't need to do that. We did that when we were young. Well, I got this spell queued up. That looks like a hidden door, if I ever seen one. It may not be. Well, they're all starting to look like that now. A little paranoid. A lot of these, they end up being the way back in. It's the back door. Circles around, brings you back into the beginning of the place. But yeah, I've streamed 30 hours, 24 hours, 18, 16, 12. It's rare that I stream less than 6 or 8 hours. and a handle on the pillar. There it is. Well, of course it's a trap. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that. I just want to finish the tour. Did I look at everything in here? I think I did. Nice catch, by the way. And there's another one. I've noticed because, oh yes, and I've noticed because I'm very quality conscious. I want this stream to be just what I want, not what other people are used to. I see a lot of people's streams that they're inferior quality. That I don't want that. So I watch my VOD. I'm worried about sound and graphic. And with hello. You got this, you got this, dude? Just in case you don't, I'll have to cue something up. Oh, I bet you Dawnbreaker's... No, it's not. Youch. I was gonna say, I bet you Dawnbreaker ran out of charge, and that's why it's been fighting so lame. Not true. I'll give it a bit of a charge, though. Let's put that in the left hand. Put that in the right hand. No. Yes. Your gameplay style is nice to watch. Oh, thank you. Well, and again, I'm not doing it like a lot of the other people do it. A lot of people like other styles. A lot of people don't mind hearing a streamer's voice that is 5 times louder than the game. They're used to it. They're used to people setting their graphics on motion blur because their computer isn't strong enough to play the game. So the graphics are all blurry when they're moving around. A lot of people are used to that, and they don't. It's I don't want that. Ouch! I don't want that. That's not nice. If the streamer is no, but it's extremely common. I would venture to say at least 75%. I don't know, maybe it's just my experience. When I'm watching a stream, it's because I'm laying down to fall asleep. I'll turn the stream on and let myself fall asleep. But in order to hear the game, I have to turn it up so loud that when the guy speaks, it scares me up out of my sleep, and it wakes up the household. Come on, you can do it. Oh, you can do better than that. You're gonna make me come in there, aren't you? Photograph. Yeah, I try not to whip around too much. It must have been a young guy. He comes into my stream and he says, "Why do you play so slow?" I don't know. Why do you play so fast? Ah, no, maybe I'm stupid. I don't know any better. I've said this before. So sometimes a little bit of self-deprecation can diffuse a situation that could snowball into an argument. You make fun of yourself, you know, and he ended up hanging out and watching. But a lot of gamers have become accustomed to a certain style of play because of the games they play, like Fortnite, these battle royale games where you're running around whipping left to right. You don't know where the next attack is coming from. You're just going nuts, bouncing off a wall, swinging, 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 shoot everything, and you're just bouncing off the walls, going crazy. I watched this girl try to play Fallout 4, which is it's even more of a mellow game than this. So really, not what I was interested in doing. I need to get up there somehow. But she was so used to playing like Fortnite style games, she was running full speed all the time, whipping her head left to right, swinging in wide circles, just going nuts. And I'm telling her, slow down, pay attention, look, be careful, calm down. And the other chatters were doing the same. She couldn't do it. She could not do it. She kept running by the thing she had to find, but she couldn't slow down enough and pay attention enough to do it. Now, sometimes when you open up one door like this, it changes another door as well. I'm not sure. Being the same in the way to loud sound alerts that they allow to play. Yeah. There's a volume. I've seen some of them say, hey, I don't know how to change that volume. Oh, so is this even another one? Am I losing track of myself? This is another one. Okay. So this is a third one. It took me a long time to find that sound setting on those alerts. And once I found it, it's like totally obvious and easy, but that's the way everything is once someone tells you or once you figure it out. Well, this is a pretty quiet room. I've got some buddies I love what they do. I love to support them whenever I can. But because it's a multiplayer thing with like 3 or 4 faces on the screen with all different sound levels, the sound levels aren't matched. So again, it's that same issue. It's either too loud or you have to give up listening to the quiet people. What have I missed? Let's go up and see if that door up top opened. Now that we've opened all 3 of these, that might have been what was going to activate that closed door. Oh, and did I ruin my escape? That's the way out. Okay. I don't feel good about this though. I could have taken that unbarred door. That would have got me right back right where I needed to be. Would have put me right back in this room. Okay. I must have looked in there, yeah, of course. Yeah, unfortunately, I think my sound alert's a little louder than I want it to be. But it happens so infrequently. It happens so infrequently that it never. Oh, it's still not open. Yeah. Oh, there it is, right there. Right there. Well, there are channels where you can play sound. Oh, I. And this is what I started to talk about earlier about when I watch my VODs for quality, I watch myself walk right by things like this. I'll listen to myself saying stuff like, okay, well, I know there's a handle here somewhere, and I'll sweep right by it and not see it because I'm thinking of three things at once. I'm thinking of the game, I'm thinking of chat, paying attention, and I'm thinking about trying to maintain a coherent conversation and keep that in my mind at the same time. I try not to let the conversation take priority over the game. I try to fill the game, the lack of game action, with conversation, relative or not. And all of a sudden something happens. Okay, we'll fight. That was kind of easy. Put him away before you get hurt. Now, a piece of loot came flying out. There it is. And it's happened. Ooh. Are you dead? You look dead. I've got a mod that adds a few finishers, kill moves, but the original anniversary edition does already have a lot of kill moves. A lot of kill moves. I felt I flubbed the beginning of that. I just stepped into that Warhammer without even blocking, took the hit, missed my first swing or two. You know, that's not a recipe for success. We'll pick this just for the EXP. Oh, that was sweet. Didn't need to do a thing. Anything in here? I'm always scared to walk in these because I'm thinking that it's going to shut and lock behind me. Okay, so that was just experience. Hello. See, for those of you that are in a hurry, you run right into those things. Same thing with those pressure plates on the ground. I don't know how many times I've just come walking up, stepped on one, and boom, all these arrows and fire or something started shooting across the hallway and miss me because I wasn't running forwards into it. I get missed by half-ish. I don't know, a lot. Just because I'm not running down the hallway, running right into it. Okay, so this gets us up top where we have... Oh. Okay, shh. We're not here. Let's do something unique. Fire. These guys hate fire. And Atrianarchs like to fight from a distance. So don't conjure them right in front of the enemy. They like to throw fireballs from a distance. Let me help you out. I'll try to keep them pinned in the room. Oh, jeez, I hit him once. Go get him. Oh, my thing's not ready. Now it's ready. Mine's bigger. It's not working. Now it's working. Oh, look out! Look out! Take the high ground. Oh, I'm swinging my right hand, left hand, and I don't even have a weapon. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. I saw my death coming. That was, yeah, I wasn't too proud of that. I felt like you know what I was doing? I was fighting dual-handed, and I didn't even have a weapon in my left hand. I forgot to put a spell in my left hand. So I was swinging right, left, right, left. You can't go right, left. That's too fast. It won't register. It won't accept it. You got to slow it down once you know the timing, right? Then you can get some good dual wielding action going on. I'm cucumbered. What do you got? Nothing? Really? Did I clean up both of you? Here, let's separate them a little bit. Okay. Never mind. And I try to get myself into third person. I think that's a much better visual. And it won't go into third person if you keep trying to swing. You gotta swing, stop swinging, don't swing again, then stand up or third person. Otherwise, if you just keep swinging, you're gonna remain crouched. You're going to remain in first person, and I find it a lot easier to control myself when I'm in third person. What's that? Oh, support built into the table. Okay, that's how you guys did it back then. Charge skeever. I don't want to leave yet. Well, maybe I do. I'm cucumbered again. I need to do some weight management. See? I almost missed out on that plank. And that muck, and that's all I need. That's a nice bow. 66. Oh, it does 40 to magicka. I need that to go against health. But it could be a good weapon against, mages, maybe. Bunch of shields. Ooh, glass armor. $289. Okay, now we're lucky to stay under 300 pounds, I guess. Now let's do the snake. Hey, geezer. Personally, I enjoy streamer in third person since I am always curious as to what armor they are wearing and weapons being wielded. Good afternoon. Yes, sir. Good to see you. We were just talking about you. At least I was. Killer Beefy was commenting on me having some pretty good stats. I was like, oh, you should see Geezer Hermit. Oh my god, he's doing 400 to 600 damage. He's playing on Master. You think I'm good? Geezer, do you stream? I can always find. Usually I don't need to ask. I may have already checked because I do that. When people follow me, I look to see if they stream and can I reciprocate. Some people have a blank Twitch screen and they've got 3 followers, and I'm like, well, this person's not really streaming, so stealth kill. Oh, I blew my surprise. I flubbed it. I'm not supposed to have any kind of backstabbing surprise anyway. I've chosen 0 sneak perks, so. But my skill is probably up to 50 or 60. Find out. That's easy to check. Sneak. $75. 0 perks. Or 0 skill tree assignments, whatever that is. Not a streamer, but I have thought about it. Problem is I get frequent interruptions. Yeah. Well, it all depends on what a person wants. Like, I purposely don't try to do what the viewers want. I don't try to do what everybody else is doing because it gains them more viewers and it brings more traffic to their channel. I don't do those things for those reasons. I do my thing my way and hope enough people can fit in with that. Like, I don't have a schedule. And that's what we're. Hey, Jay Una, dude. Do what makes you happy. If you have fun, we can enjoy it. Well, and that's what I thought was going to work. And what I wanted was to have fun, laugh, be a real serious hardcore gamer, being all nerved up and angst and You know, I just want to chill. If I get killed, oh well. Try not to get too salty too often. But hey, you gotta be all things. So this is interesting. But the point was scheduling. You have frequent interrupt. Oh, and it's just going to open. Okay. So I can't set a schedule. So people don't know to turn on every day at a certain time and find me. So, you know, I lose a lot of traffic because of that. But I'm not going to enforce a strict schedule on myself for that reason. Sometimes I stream from midnight to 6 in the morning. Sometimes I stream from 6 in the morning to midnight. Sometimes I'm catching Europe. Sometimes I'm catching the West Coast. It is what it is. Sometimes, you know, I'm the guy that puts out the fires. Not literal fires, but things happen. My wife comes to the door. I'm like, okay, gotta go. Stream's done. See you next time. Don't know when that'll be. Well, let's just run up and kill him. Well, let's get a little closer. There we go. Just trading blows here. Bang! Yeah, because of the close quarters, you couldn't really get the third person effect. How's the weather down south? Oh yes, I wanted I wanted to comment about that. I put a comment under yours about the wakes, and I mentioned it on stream today, but I think I was talking to myself. I'm not too sure. Or lurkers. We are supposed to hit 40 tomorrow. Yeah, it's still crazy weather. I put the plow on the truck today, but I don't see snow in the near future. Speaking of damages, my crossbow without wearing archery gear is 292. With two pieces of archery, it is 546. If I am fighting a dragon, I take a marksman potion and do over 1,000. Well, that's why you can play on master and legendary. But are you a glass cannon? How's your armor class? You're fine as long as you don't get hit, or you probably got super duper armor as well. Could you not? Yeah, I was talking about that cookbook for Skyrim. Like, man, I love to I'd love to make some of those recipes. I had commented on your armor rating is 1,111. I'm like between 300 and 400. Yeah, you're not a glass cannon. I've played Skyrim for a while. Been busy with Tomb Raider lately. Ah, Unidude, was that you that was talk? It dropped. I think it was you. Dropped a note in Discord about the free Tomb Raider, the 3 latest editions of Tomb Raider, free on Epic until January 6th. Still got a day. I looked into it and I downloaded them that night. Free Tomb Raider on Epic until tomorrow. Yeah, the 6th. It might be midnight West Coast time. I don't know. They put a time on it, but it's not too late. Yeah, and I had the last 2, but not the one that was the oldest one. But it still felt worth it to me because in reading, I thought I understood it as at least one of those was Player of the Year edition, Game of the Year edition. It had all the DLCs. I got the games, the two games, but I don't think I had any of the DLC. I believe armor rating tops out between 500 and 6. Not sure, although I have read that. Oh. Well, and I had read somewhere along the line that the level tops off at 100, but I think it was you that was telling me, no, you found a way around that. The first one was Game of the Year edition. It's been super fun for the past couple. I love Tomb Raider. Effective armor. Oh. Yeah, I wonder. Word wall. Well, let's start. This guy is, I think, probably my most strongest conjure. Read it was capped. Could be. I just don't know. I don't know how high of a level I've even gotten to. I played playthroughs, I don't know, 400 hours. You know, I've got like 1,300, 1,200 hours in this game. I've only got about 3 or 4 playthroughs. A couple of them just didn't go anywhere, so most of those hours are in just a couple games. So I must imagine I've gotten pretty high level. I just don't remember. Yeah, the thing about this, it consumes all your mana, but he gets double your hit points, double your stamina, double your magicka. Let's see. Consumes all magicka, summon them. Ghost attributes are equal to twice the... Oh, the ghost's attributes. Well, up to 600. So, what is an attribute? Oh, do you see how many hours you have played? Yes, I have. How do you see? Oh. I'll show you really quick. Oh, I got my screen capture. You go to, if you're playing through Steam, go to your library, and here's where it shows how many hours you've played all your games. So there's 623 point hour in my special edition. There's 613 hours in the original edition. And I believe this is a combination of special edition and anniversary edition. They treat anniversary edition as though it's a DLC, so it falls under special edition. But here's all your hours, and you can see how many hours a particular playthrough has by looking at your save game. So over there, I've got 206 hours in this playthrough. 206 hours, 42 minutes, and 40 seconds. So did I pick that conjure? I forgot to pick that conjure. Go get him! Go get him! And while you're doing that, I'm not just going to stand here and do nothing. I'm going to be a little more proactive, and I'll probably get a little more... Oh no, he's killing me big time. Ow, wow, that came up quick. Woo! 864 and you're